They say the ocean remembers everything. Every scream swallowed, every soul lost. This is not a legend. This is the final report of a naval soldier who listened too closely to the sea. Petty Officer Daniel Reyes had served 8 years in the Navy, long enough to trust the sea and fear it at the same time. His final deployment was supposed to be routine. Escort duty near an uncharted trench in the North Atlantic. The coordinates were old, barely used, and strangely avoided by commercial ships. The crew joked about sea monsters and ghost waters, but Daniel noticed something off the first night. The ocean was too quiet. No waves, no wind, just a flat, black surface stretching endlessly, as if waiting. On the second night, the ship's sonar picked up irregular pulses from below. Not mechanical, not natural. The signal repeated every 90 seconds, like a slow heartbeat. Command dismissed it as geological movement, but Daniel felt it in his chest, syncing with his own pulse. He stood watch at the deck, staring into the water. For a moment, just a moment, he thought he saw something move beneath the surface. Too large, too deliberate. Sleep became difficult. When Daniel closed his eyes, he heard water inside his head sloshing, whispering words he couldn't understand, yet somehow felt familiar. During a routine inspection, he found condensation forming handprint shapes along the metal walls below deck. No one else claimed to see them. The ship's medic suggested stress. Daniel didn't argue, but that night, the whispers spoke his name. 3 days in, a crewman named Holt went missing. No alarms, no splashes, just gone. His boots were found neatly placed near the stern, facing the sea. Command initiated protocol, but morale shifted. The ocean no longer felt empty, it felt occupied. Daniel reviewed security footage later. At the exact moment Holt vanished, the cameras flickered and a dark shape rose behind him, tall and thin, like a shadow standing upright in the water. The captain ordered a depth scan. As the sonar descended, the signal changed. Shapes appeared, structures. Not rock, not wreckage. Too symmetrical, too intentional. The trench wasn't empty, it was carved. The screen briefly displayed a symbol before shutting down completely. Daniel felt dizzy, nose bleeding slightly. He recognized the symbol. He had been drawing it unconsciously in his notebook for days. That night, the ocean wasn't silent anymore. It hummed, a low vibration that rattled bones. Crew members reported dreams of drowning while standing awake. Daniel followed the sound to the lower decks where water dripped upward, defying gravity. In the reflection of a puddle, he didn't see his face. He saw himself wearing an old naval uniform, outdated by decades, eyes hollow, mouth open as if screaming underwater. The second disappearance happened during daylight. 2 men this time. The sea rose slightly, forming unnatural ripples that moved against the wind. Daniel heard a voice calm, commanding, issuing orders from beneath the waves. The same tone used in naval drills. Report, it said. Without realizing it, Daniel replied. The water stilled. The voice sounded pleased. Records revealed something buried decades ago. A classified naval experiment attempted deep-sea habitation. A crew was stationed permanently below, cut off after a collapse. Officially listed as lost, unofficially erased. Daniel realized the whispers weren't random. They were lonely. Still following orders, still waiting for relief that never came. The ship's compass began spinning. Electronics failed one by one. The captain ordered retreat, but the engines stalled. From the deck, the ocean opened, parting just enough to reveal shapes rising slowly. Figures, human silhouettes fused with something else. Water streaming through empty eyes. Daniel felt recognition. Fright. Guilt. He knew now why the symbol felt familiar. His grandfather had served on that lost mission. The voice returned, clearer than ever. You are late, it said. The sea rose, touching the hull gently, almost affectionately. Crew members froze, unable to move. Daniel stepped forward alone. The water didn't harm him. It wrapped around his boots like a greeting. Images flooded his mind, men abandoned, forgotten, still alive beneath crushing pressure, sustained by something ancient that lived deeper than the trench. They needed replacements. The sea could not release them without balance. Daniel understood the truth with terrifying calm. The Navy didn't avoid this place out of superstition, it was a containment zone. A deal. Souls for silence. The figures waited patiently. The ship groaned as if bending in respect. Daniel removed his insignia and placed it on the deck. At dawn, the ship was found drifting, engines functional, crew alive but shaken. Daniel Reyes was missing. No signs of struggle. No blood. Just his notebook, soaked and warped. The final page held a single sentence, written perfectly straight despite the water damage. The watch continues below. The ocean grew quiet again. The reports were sealed, and somewhere beneath the waves, a new voice answered the call.